exactly, right? So for example, S equal to rainbow has 7 colors. Okay, and here is 7, right? So we need to understand, as I mentioned in the string session, whatever you are seeing on the keyboard, right? All keys are characters. Got it? Got it? When I say characters, each character is like a string, you know. So what is string? String is collection of characters, right? So even number, like if you put number, like if you put 7 inside the string, which still it still be a string. Got it? So there is a big difference between uh, this string and number. For example, this one. You got it? So here this is a integer of type, and this is a string type. So that's where it might what we can say. So for this particular scenario, it would fail for every uh, instead of failing, since for first occurrence itself, it comes with or here. See, for item in or, and type is type of or, right, or string, which is string. It fails here, it would not execute. It will directly go to else block and raise a value error. You got it? So yeah, so it would not even check for other characters in this. Even if we put 7 here starting, what will happen? It will loop very first item. What is the first item in the loop? 7 character, right? And here type of 7 double equal to type of string of 7. So there is a big difference. If you say type of string of 7, for example, when you do this, for example, integer, which is wrong, meaning type of 7, this is string, the result, the expression will be converted to string. So it would exactly say string double equal to integer, so which is false. You got it? But when you do this set of, for example, type of 7, normal 7 double equal to integer type, this is valid. Got it? Yeah. So we need to understand what is a flow. So very first you define here S equal to rainbow has 7 colors. As soon as it meet this guy, let's try to execute this program. Did you see this? Uh, Oh, it is executing some other program too. Which was that? Yeah, some code also. Be no problem. Where it is? This code only, is it? Check out the output. So it should be started using the sum function. Oh, correct. This is the one. And result is 210. Why was this? No, this is not the one, right? That's fine. Let's take this out and get it. Because some other program looks like some other script is being executed. That's okay. Dot session, for example. Okay. So if I trigger this now, did you see it? It came here, and immediately the very first one, oh, okay. So it's not L, right? So here S. So you're looping over S. Got it? And if I trigger this time, it would be, see, name L. Where is L? S. Oh, did we use L somewhere? Oh, okay. Here. Got it. Yes. Good that at least you guys can track now. Right? So did you see it? So here, value error, incorrect data. Then see, in this string, value should not be 7. Did you see it? Very first value it got failed. Got it? So we need to understand what is a flow, right? So it comes with, this is a string. So string is iterable items, meaning if I loop through, it will go through each time item becomes, as mentioned. See, if we don't understand, for example, if we don't understand this, right? what you can do is always print the item. What item it, let's say in the loop, right? So print it, say, so that you can easily debug better, you know. So if you want to understand better, right? Say, person is trying, for example, the, keep these two, got it? So that every debug statement, you know, it has the person details. Otherwise, you know, you don't understand who's calling what, because there are a number of users to your application, right? Yeah, here. So person here, current item is current item, okay? Say item, and also print type. Type is, and then say, what is the function name? Type of item, correct? Type is a function. Yeah. Now you'll now this should be so much neat actually. So when you trigger this, you will understand. So anyway, this is not part of your program, but you know, defining them wouldn't make any programming or syntax errors. Got it? So that's where I just still keep them there. You got it? This time, if you look at this, person current, started using the function. In the inside the function, we put this print statement. Current item is 7, and type is string. Did you see this? And even the error message, right? So when we were sending this error message to the logs for for debugging purpose, for even for this would help support team a lot. Yeah, got it. So try to print, and also let me see whether what else I can where else I can add it. Oh, okay, for example, let's say this is just a string, right? And instead of even even we can do a number of things. Okay, so if it's, yeah, I think this is one of the improvement. That's fine. We can, if you have any other questions or things that we can discuss, because anyway, it is properly handled now. If there's any error, so it has to raise the error. And this is where we need our exceptional handling concept understanding. That's where we started yesterday, that how we can handle this kind of errors in the application instead of let program to crash. So we will handle it smoothly, so that your application execution will be smooth. Got it? Yeah. So mhm, right. Okay, so you mean this, right? This time what will happen? So let's try to understand this. So we need to understand the flow actually. Okay, so everything else is same, everything else is same. Okay, so here this time condition become true. How? Because type of item, right? Here what the condition this time, how what this will happen? Let's say type of 7 not equal to integer. This now this become right. How this become right? Because type of type of 7 not equal to integer, is it? So when it comes to this, right? So type of 7 is string not equal to integer. Correct only, no? String not equal to integer, right? So when you change slightly the condition, for example, integer, instead of string, right? So this time what will happen? So it will change like this, and string not equal to string, which is false. Got it? Because string equal to string, is it? Did you get it? Yeah. So this time, what is the flow? It will comes with this comes with 7 very first item, string not equal to. For example, if imagine our condition is still int, right? So for type this time what happens? It comes with string of 7, and string not equal to integer. This is true, right? So here what is R? R is number, is it? So here R is number. You got it? So first time, as you aware, what this will be become. Let's say r plus equal to item. What does it really mean? R equal to r plus item. Got it? In this particular scenario, what really happened? What is the initial value of r? So initially we define r equal to 0, correct? So 0 plus, and what is the first item? See, for first loop it will come with 7. Got it? For first loop it will come with the 7 string of 7. So this will become 0 plus string of 7. Got it? So what you're doing, you're see integer to integer, you can say like 10 plus 20, it is which is 30. That is valid, right? But 0 plus a string, let's say 0 plus, since if you are saying this, you might be thinking that it is still a number only, no? So like let us say 7. What if 0 plus, let's say for example, hello, right? So now your thought process has changed, isn't? Because it cannot be performed arithmetic addition operation, right? So even when you look at this, the error is very clear that you can perform of same type, but you cannot perform on different types. For example, number to number possible, okay? And there is a concept called operator overloading, meaning same operator being used for multiple different purposes and different data types. Let me also explain that to that, because that would give you some insights about, okay, why this is wrong. You got it? So if I execute this program, right, this program will be what we can say. So here we are, whether we are capturing it, because we are simply raising error, but here this time this is incorrect, display message actually, correct? Because if I change it back, and let's remove the else block also, we can refinement, we can refine this uh, error message later. But if I execute this out now if I execute this, type of integer, type of item not equal to integer. So exactly, so here this becomes true, right? String not equal to integer, which is true, right? Got it? I'll remove this out. Yeah. So if you look at this in a broader perspective, right? What will happen? See, we define these two variables, user and person ID. User is string, person ID is number, integer, and we define a string here, string statement, right? And this we have nothing to do with this actually. We will just identify like who is using this application. Got it? And here we just had I will also remove this as well to make it more easiest way as possible. And also what I'll do is um, I also execution flow. Got it? So let me help you out understanding this. Until this point, what is the line number here? Line number 9. Until line 9, just defined, just define the variables. Got it? You can also kick them out and keep them in one place. Got it? And here, yeah, and line number, okay, not line number 9, no. Since I removed some of them, that's okay. Until the first block, otherwise, first pair of block, first chunk, first chunk of statements, or just variables definition. Okay, I'm talking about this. it see it simply executes. For example, if I what you can say, if I just execute it, nothing to do with it is just a variable execution. Okay, don't think that there is this is like previous execution results, right? Nothing was there. And then if I add it, like you can also do one by one. For example, if you look at this, remove this out, okay, and print it. So since there is a print statement now, some data will be printed out on the screen. Got it? Did you see it? Yeah. And then what you can do is you don't put these conditions and all, okay, and even remove this. What you can do is you can also, this is a just a print statement, okay. The you understood one, like no chunk by chunk execution. And here if I remove this, for example, right, now what will happen? See, this you understood so far, right? For item in S, right, each time, let's say for user person ID, current item is what is the current item? See, since it is characters, right, like a string of characters. So first loop 7, it will print for item in S, the first value is 7, it will print user, user is Naveen, person ID is number, current item is string of 7, and type is string. You got it? And it will go for next iteration, item becomes A, right? It will print everything, only it will stuck with the loop. See, stuck in the loop, stuck in the loop for how many times? Total 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 characters length. Yeah, got it? Stuck in this loop for total characters length. So what is the length? One, two, three. Don't want to count it, but character length. And even if you want to understand, right, there is a function called length function, which would help you to get you the count of characters, count of list, count of anything. I'll show you. Um, Even I'll mention, say, instead of saying this, right, I'll put a print statement saying that for your betterment, for example, I would say uh, stuck stuck in the loop for stuck in the loop for I would say here I'll print there's a length function. If I put ln of s, for example, this time, even let me remove this, right? If I execute this out, you will see stuck in the loop for 20 times. You got it? Maybe my statement 20 times, for example. That you can do this. Got it? Meaning there are 20 characters in this. If you have any questions, you can just count it, right? And no, that's what this way you should learn actually when you're learning in the very first beginning, right? Now for item n s, correct? Cool. And say here print, since I removed it, I don't want to play around with again. Yeah, let's say this is a user, right? Or I'll just use person ID. I don't want to use anything else. PRS ID. So PRS ID means person ID. Uh, accessing accessing the application, or no, actually person ID, and say current item is say item, and type is say type of item. Got it? So this time I am not doing any calculations, any additions. Okay, So if I execute this now, now you will understand, did you see it? See, it started with this, and program stuck, stuck in the loop for 20 many times, 20 times. You got it? If you look at this, each time it will go, loop will happen on each and every character. First time 7, second time 1. You got it? If you want, still, if you you maybe understand, you might not understand properly that, hey, Kumar, it went print everything, like everything in one go, right? Like what's like I could not get clearly. Okay. So as mentioned, you can use one of the Python library called time library. So the purpose of this library is you can get the time of make sleep. You can halt the program, or you can make some delay actually. Let's say, for example, each loop make 1 second delay, for example. Okay, then what we do is say time dot sleep. You got it? If you put whatever the number, if you put 1, which means like 1 second. If you put 2, 2 seconds. Got it? So if I execute this out, did you see this? So loop stuck in this for 20 times. So the iteration happening for 2 seconds delay for each and every item. Did you get it? Previously, it got printed everything in one go, but now it printed, with 2 seconds delay. Got it? I just made a control C to make a keyboard interrupt. So control, if you put the control C right on the screen, what will happen is it will interrupt the program execution. Okay, got it? Yeah. And here now what we were doing. So in this particular scenario, actual the core operation what we are doing is r plus equal to item. Got it? But actual, so this is where the problem is actually. So your core, this is the core operation that you are doing, meaning summing of all the item. But in this particular scenario, which is incorrect, the logic is incorrect. The reason is simple, when you see what is r plus equal to item. So r equal to r plus item. Got it? In this case, what is r value? R values initially we have initialized r, it is 0, and plus, since the very first item, when you look at even the screen, right, and the execution, what is the very first item? It is 7. And if you look at this type of the 7, it is string type. Got it? And if I go back here, so I'll just replace with 7. And so number integer plus string, integer plus string. So this is like type, right? Like since we are doing type, correct? So type, what is the type of number? This type and this another type, correct? So error also, error name, type error. Got it? Even knowing all the errors and all, very very critical. Like your program will raise error, but you need to understand. Even when you look at this, even the when it see keyboard interrupt error. Got it? This is error name. And let me close this off now. Now we were raising this error. Let's say if error name is since this is the explanation, and the error type is type error. If I trigger this out now, the very first item itself, the loop will not happen for 20 times this time, but it will crash right after immediately starting the loop. So it will come with this for item in S, and the first item is 7, and it will sleep for 2 seconds and print this message. Okay, the PRS ID is 888 right? Current item is 7, and type is string. And when it do this, it will crash, because this is not a valid it is not a legal to perform addition operation on the integer and string. Got it? If I execute this out, see 2 seconds and crash. Did you see it? And when you see this error name also, type error, unsupported operand time for plus, and when you're doing this, right, integer and string, this is where the problem. Did you understand this clearly? Yeah, but understand, like understanding programming this deeper is critically important. Then only, let's say, if something got crashed, right? Even what any other person does is we will keep that time we will keep one print message or log message enable here only based on the log level. We will enable the log and trigger the like I will ask customer to can try it now, okay, and I'll capture his data and see what exactly going wrong, right? And this data will be sent out to Splunk. So in one go in Splunk I can easily monitor. You got it? So there is certain what we can say. Instead we see in the real time program we will not write this many we will not execute a print statement every time. But what when we execute is when there is an error, when I wanted to have a debugging session, for example. You got it? So even we can do this. Let me show you like how this can be done, right? So let's say I'll put a flag. Let's say for example print flag, okay? So just select print flag equal to by default, for example, I will set to print flag by default I will set to false. Got it? And see, I don't want to see every time, right? Let's say for example, if the program execution is smooth, no meaning checking all the logs in the background. You got it? But when you want to do it, so let's say for each and every log, but I'll tell you the real time scenario a bit later. But here, see, if print flag, okay, colon, based on the print flag only now. You got it? I'll also have one more print flag here, and then this should be inside. Did you get it? So if you look at this, right? So currently these two print statements are conditional, a conditional based print statement. You got it? Why? Because I enable the print flag equal to false, for example, by default, which means that if false, then what will happen? This will not print, no? This print statement will not be printed out. You got it? Even for example, instead of having two, I'll just make one because you got it. This time, if I execute this program, right? uh, how the program execution will happen? It comes here. This like this is a false condition, right? Only this block of code will not be executed. Remaining portion of code will be executed out. Got it? If I trigger this out, you'll come to know. See, did you see this? The If you look at the previous output, it executed the other two print statements too. But since I made a conditional print, right? Print flag equal to false, which means that when this is now actually this value, right, where we will set correct. uh, Generally I will set this flag inside the database, okay, and I will read in the program. Got it? But I'll see, since anyone has the access to DB, right? So when customer is having trouble, for example. But anyway, I'll have this error handy. But still, if I want to deeply inspect the what kind of issue customer is having, right? So what I'll do is immediately, hey, okay, I'll turn this to on, true, in the database, okay, in the DB. And I'll ask my customer, hey, can you try now? Okay, so did you see it? Now this time I got his data. Hey, okay, you're trying, like you are now in, and you started using it. But the problem is like this. But when it comes to the previous one, I don't have much information, like when he has started using it. Got it? Any questions or anything on this? Right? So it's also important, what we can say. There is one more thing. Since you understood, right? So what is the basic, um, what is the basic, like what is the total time taken for this program, bare minimum? What is the bare minimum, how much time it will take? So it is clear that there are 20 items, correct? And for each item printing, how much it is taking? 2 seconds delay, correct? No. So what is the minimum time taken for this? Yeah, meaning 2 into 20, 40 seconds. 40 seconds, is it? So even what you can do is, what we can say. So here I would say, mm, even you can print that as well. How we can do is, there is one more function, time dot time, that would take the start time. And let me show you, like, start time st equal to, for example, right? So time dot time, this is a function to capture the starting time. Okay. And let program continues. Okay, let program run for how many times based on this number. Now this time I don't want to wait for 40 seconds. Let me wipe it out and have just only 4 items. Okay, it will wait for only 8 seconds, right? And end time equal to time dot time. Got it? Now what I'm doing here is, I'm calculating, capturing the starting time of the loop. You got it? Capturing the starting time of the loop. Okay, and here, like, end of the loop, I'm capturing ending time, end time of the loop. You got it? So meaning, I capture the time when it is executed these statements. Got it? And before entering into this loop, I capture time, what time it is now. Got it? And once I'm done with this loop execution, right? And then again I'm capturing the execution time. So how I can get the actual total time of execution? So end time and start time. That's the logic, no? Correct, right? Got it or no? Total time taken is end time minus start time. You got it? And say, for example, here, and for example, Navin is complaining. Like, I'll change the name to Molly now. Like, Molly may be upset that, hey, why always Navin? Let me put my name as just kidding. So person ID, right? Say, for example, for this person, uh, time taken for this not a function. Okay, started using the not okay. Yeah, started using. That's fine. Yeah. So total time taken is end time and start time, right? So here you can put this placeholder. What is end time? End time I captured in the which variable? Et. You got it? Item is the end time variable. Et minus st. St means start time. Got it? Yeah. If I execute this program now, let me close this up first of all. But it will not move here. What's the reason? The reason is very simple. It got crashed, right? See, when it reaches this point, your program is completely crashed. Okay. And it can't even reach, when, as soon as when it got crashed, it will not execute the remaining statements. You got it? So it got crashed completely. Did you get it? Yeah. But I'll slightly change the program now, where r equal to, right? So currently, as mentioned, so this is like a integer number now, right? R initial value of r is integer. Instead, I'll make some empty string. Okay. Now, so what will happen? Even this expression becomes, you know, empty string, empty. See, empty string plus 7. So as mentioned, that's where, we need to understand one more concept quickly as possible, right? So that's fine. What it will do is, it will not perform addition operation. It will perform a concatenation operation. Concatenation means adding up. You got it? Let's say uh, this becomes 7. Okay. So if I give one more example, out of the context or out of the box, but uh, I would say, for example, let's say string of 10 plus string of 20, for example. So this is not this is so you may be thinking that the result will be string of 30, but no. So wrong. Okay. But what will be the right answer is this will become, as I mentioned, concatenation, adding, right? So what is the first string? 10. What is the second string? 10, 20. You got it? It will become like this. Since we are only playing with number, you maybe have confused. But imagine you had a number, right? 10 plus, let's say this time, uh, you know, high, for example. Got it? This time it will be more clear for you that it is 10 first string plus high. You got it? What I mean? This how it happens. Okay, and that's where, since we want to also reach our program to execute these two statements too, that's where I slightly updated r value to string, then r plus equal item, r equal to r plus item. So each time what it will do is it will perform concatenation. So plus means concatenation here. So that's where the concept called operator overloading, okay, which means same operator being used for multiple purposes. So when plus operator is performing between the integers, it does addition operation, but with the string it performs concatenate operation. Even with the list, it will perform concatenation. Got it? But anyway, we will come to that point bit later. But when we are doing plus between strings, it will just concatenate. Got it? Yeah, if I execute this now, this time it stuck. See, the execution is smooth because it's happy that it is performing plus between the strings. Did you see it? Also, you can also find it is taken, like as you are aware, uh, delay is 2 seconds, correct? Delay is 2 seconds, and how many items are there? There are 4 items, right? 2 into 4, 8 seconds. Did you see it? Even execution time is matching exactly with 8 seconds. And you may be thinking like what are 8.2, right? So we have only captured for this particular alone. You got it? But if you want to capture the whole program, let's say I want to capture like full program timing, right? Then what you have to do is you have to keep this start time at the top of the file, here. Got it? Now it would exactly capture the full application execution time. I tried capturing only looping, for only looping it took uh, 0.82. You got it? But other thing, how much it took? 0.40. 0.02 seconds, like milliseconds extra. Guys, did you get it or no? Yeah. So this is how we see. Now that you understood how to use even time module, right? Time library. So you can use time library for calculating how much time even your logic taken. For example, some people might written some crap logic where they will make our application to slow down. Got it? So that's where when there is let's say even there is some use case where we need to find execution time of the I want to check the performance of each function. That time what we do is we will go ahead and put just apply the exactly same logic as I'm doing here. Starting of that logic and ending of that logic, I'll put this statement and see how much time it is taking. Got it? Since I'm wantedly keeping a 2 seconds delay, that's where it is 8 seconds, right? But originally it's not. So if I just remove it and if I trigger one more time and let me kill the execution shell, right? Then now it will be more. See, it took only 0.06 seconds for whole process. Got it? So that's where you can increase. Let's say, for example, if I made 1 second delay, that's where you should play around. If I put 1 second, but yeah, I didn't uncomment it, so that's where it went the same, almost same, right? Did you see it? Now it is running with 1 second delay. It will take minimum of 4 seconds. Did you see it? Again, the program execution time, slightly impact on, even its impact on our CPU, right? So there is a ALU, arithmetic and logic unit, like you might have studied when you are learning basics of computers, right? So ALU is the one who is doing all the arithmetic and logic unit, like ALU, right? Arithmetic and logic unit. You got it? So that will take, like, that's a basic, when we are studying about basics of computers, like it has ALU, which is like you might have studied, but no one knows that who is doing this addition. Someone has to do this concatenation, is it? So in your mission, that the ALU part, arithmetic and logical unit part, is taking care of doing all the computations. Got it? Yeah. So guys, this is how it should be. Yeah. Subtract. No, no. What do you mean by that? That's not. Come again. Correct. Correct. For subtraction, uh, that's where. So let's say, for example, what you are saying is, let's say result equal to, okay, some function, and then parse the S. You mean, is it? For doing what? Like you want to perform some. Oh, okay, you want to do this operation, is it? Let's do it. Okay. If I execute this out now, it is not reaching that line now yet, because it is executing previous ones. Did you see this? What we are doing? Float object is not iterable. Reason is reason is very simple. When it want to perform some operation, for example, let's say uh, sum means what? Summing means adding up, is it? So, for example, instead of this, let me put S, because I'll give you the clarity now. Did you see it? Actually, the sum is only meant for performing operation on between the integer elements. Okay, but when you do this, let's say what you're doing is, what you're saying is, uh, for calculating this, right? Actually, sum is basically, when it comes to this, it would take iterable objects. Let's say for something like this, these are the iterable object, and even we cannot pass. Sum is only mean to do a arithmetic operation. Got it? I'll mention, sum is some function, built in built in Python, some function mean to perform only arithmetic operations. Got it? So if you parse this, for example, let's say if you parse some of list of items, right? So this is feasible. What it does is, if you print total sum is, what is it? Result. Got it? So if you execute this, you'll come to know. But anyway, this is nothing to do with this execution, but that separate logic. See, total sum is 15. Did I answer you, Archana? Aparna, sorry. And how about others? Navin, how's it going? Got it? So this how we should, this much deep we should learn. Okay, that's where I put each and every. See, if I remove all the comment lines, it will program become very small. Okay, don't think that there is a big program which we have written. Only the commented I added, and I added so many spaces around, right? If we count the, this is the definition, and we had a print flag because so this I'm explaining because when we want to execute from the when we want to enable some debugging logs, right? That time we will have a print flag in the database. By default it will set to false. Okay, by default it will set to false. And if you look at this, right, so here even this is fine. At least having one statement enabling is fine, and other things should be disabled. Got it? Now did you understood like why we are setting this print statement? Because I don't want to see all the cultural logic, cultural logs in the background. you know it will be too annoying actually when I'm looking. See, for example, as architect, right, when I get into the Splunk and see the logs, every log is getting printed out. it it will be so annoying. Got it? Because we need to have a basic like informative log. That is pretty much enough. For example, having only this log in the Splunk, for me it is pretty much enough, because this would give them the good clarity on what's happening on which function, who is calling, who is using this function, right? But I should not have every log pumped out to Splunk. Got it? Yeah. But based on the even support team recommendations, right? Basically what we will do, what we can instruct them, right? Hey, when you want to when you are doing troubleshooting, we will make them we will also set some flag, so we will give them access to the cloud environment. In the environment variables we can configure, right? I mean, I think you must have understood that how we can configure the environment variables, is it? So we can configure, we will not allow them to touch the database, because the database is very sensitive, and there might be some issues with data manipulations or whatever can happen, right? So instead what we do is we will only provide certain role privileges in the what we can say in the application, where, for example, let's say, yeah, read access. And for particular use case, we can provide updating that particular environment variable section. You got it? Yeah. So they can, if they want to check, let's say some customer is coming and they're making complaint, hey, I'm using your function and it is always erroring out, I don't know what's happening. Then what for example, Molly will do is he'll get into the cloud account, he'll open up the cloud account, and he will set this flag to true. Got it? He'll update there, and that update exactly, because as soon as when he updates there, I will treat this environment variable in the program. Got it? Since he set it to true, now it will enable every log. Got it? If I execute this now, it would print everything now, every log. The previous log, see, if you look at this, so previously log we had just this, right? And this time also, once again, what happened? Yeah, it has to print this too also, right? Started using, yeah, it's printing out, right? Yeah, great. So now did you get it, right? So the core one, why I'm talking like here, right? It's maybe I sound weird, but uh having a flag flag for like, you can say, like, instead of flag you can also say switch, right? Let's say print switch or log switch. log log switch. You got it. So based on this log switch, so this is the right naming convention, right? So log switch, if log switch is set to true, which means that it would enable all the logs. So you have to update wherever print is there, like no print flag is there, because now we have changed this flag name from print switch sorry print flag to log switch. So this value they will update in the environment variables. This will be reflected. Is Sainath, did you get it, Sainath? Hope you're also listening. Got it? Yeah. So this is critically important when we are. So that's where understanding the application, right? These all are critically important. Even there is one even uh, for me. What I'll do is I had to there is one use case where not only my application, so there are other applications like IPA and other stuff. They had a very bad practice that there is some integration. See, application to application integration happening, okay, and they never had proper messages. They don't send proper responses using API calls. Okay, then there is a big like but my application, like as user is using mine, right? So he can exactly see what issue exactly. Why I'm doing is, like, how I do is, whatever the issue I'm getting, whatever issue I'm getting, right, I'll consider a neat message here, and I'll send it to the UI, so that when user is playing with the UI, right, in the UI itself he can see what exactly went wrong. You got it? So that way, we don't even get tickets. And there is one application which I have written by me in Caterpillar, where it's a next generation lead. Okay, it's a lead management platform. You know what? After the application development, we didn't even had any issue at all. Zero issues for honestly for 3 to 4 months, right? Uh, Zero issues. And after that, we got issues. It's not a issue with my application; it's an issue with the data. You got it? And then we started applying all the, what we can say, gymnastic, where we will inspect each and uh, every parameter that we were receiving from the customer side. Yeah. So it's going to be so much fun, guys, when you're working like this, right? So currently, imagine we have learned this, for example, right? The similar way, whatever operation, as even in the yesterday session we were discussing about writing some logic, right? Anyone can write some logic, but whether you're inspecting the type, if you're not inspecting, and if you're doing, let's say for example, there are two things: a equal 10, b equal 20, for example, right? Even it looks very 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 basic to you. Hey, Kumar, why you are saying a equal 10 and b equal 20? And if I write like, I'll say like, hey, I have two variables, a equal to a and b. Say that there is a use case. I had a use case that uh, assume assume you have a and b variables. Got it? Write a logic to perform addition. Got it? So, like, this is a use case, and it is given to you or assigned to you, right? What you will be doing, what is there in this? So, hmm, done, right? So they're also done with initializing your exit process. Because this is scrap application, right? So what they mention, assume you have a and b variables, write a logic to perform addition operation. You got it? And your logic has to this is completely wrong. Completely wrong approach, right? Why? See, you may be performing some additional logic, right? But that's where I'm challenging you today also. You can ask any programmer, right? Any programmer that you know. Since you are working with since you are working, right? Just ask them, hey, I had a equal 10 and b equal 20, right? Can you help me out? How I can write some logic? Okay, just ask today. Just try it out. They may be doing exactly like this. Okay, and they're fired. They don't even consider as the candidate for the process, right? Instead, what we had to do. So, in order to perform, what is the condition? Like Priyaga, can you tell me what's the condition? Strict checking of the type, correct? Strict checking of the type. So how we do? If A and B both are integer type, then only it should be you're allowed to perform addition operation. You got it? Otherwise, you can say A, you had some bad value, and we will also say like what is the issue. You got it? So one way like still this is allowed. For example, you can say this, right? If this how I am expecting. Okay, if type of A double equal to integer, okay, and type of B double equal to integer, got it? Then only perform this. Print say addition is A plus B. You got it? Else. So this is like if condition, right? So let me take it out. Take it out to another file. Got it? Some junk name. That's okay. Yeah. So now if I execute this program, it performs addition is 30, right? And imagine if I change to let's say string now, some character, right? If I execute this out, did you see it? Your program got crashed. How your program got crashed? You are doing, see what you are doing. Uh, right. It is crashed here. Okay, so let me comment that out. And if I execute this now, did you see it? Nothing is on the screen. Why? The reason is very simple. The condition failed. Okay, and but you have to let user know that there is something wrong in it. Is it? So that's where the else part comes. Okay, else if it is not performing some addition, right? Say user um, incorrect incorrect data or incorrect values. Okay, either A or B is incorrect values, either A or B. And if you look, the same similar use case, I'll tell you. So when you are using a Gmail, for example, you may be entering incorrect username or you may be entering incorrect password, right? When you look at the error message, so what it says, hey, either it can be an invalid user or invalid password. Did you see it anytime? You, you can exactly relate to this. Okay. But these days, even those people has, implemented logic, something similar to like this. They say, if type of A equal to, for example, they're checking like this as well. If type of A equal to integer, right? Then fine. Okay. And if type, they are checking like this as well. So else directly they're printing out and say here. Now instead of saying like if if not integer, say uh, incorrect value. For example, let's say A is username, right? Incorrect value for A. You got it? Like this. They're checking like this these days. These days, it is they're very keen about what error exactly, right? Otherwise, right, if username or password, which does not make any sense. Got it? Yeah. Did you see this? So they have improvised logic this style now. So if they'll check if condition username is true, right? Then no pass. Don't worry about pass. I'll tell you like what is pass, continue, break, those statements. But imagine pass is just like do nothing. Okay, pass means do nothing to make syntactically valid. Because so if without this, right, if I write like this, then it's a syntax error actually. Okay, to make syntactically valid, but do not perform any action on this block. Okay, don't execute, don't do any action on this. That's where we just had a pass statement which would just execute and does nothing. It makes syntactically um, do nothing, make syntax syntactically correct. Got it? Yeah. Now did you understood this? So for example, now if I make a comment of this and say, like if I execute this program now, did you see this? This value we will send to UI from the backend. Did you get it? So this time previously, at least in this program, when it comes to this, right? So now if I make this block as commented block, got it? And this I'll make uncommented. So previously, it's like this. Incorrect values either A or B. Did you get it? Got it right? So no any confusion. Aparna, any confusion on this? Good. Okay. So learning concept this much deep is critically important, guys. Okay. So be cautious about what you are doing. So don't write some crap code and like why you are not executing my code properly, right? So you should be very serious about even when you are making conditional check. Let's say equal to is different and double equal to is different, right? Like equality is just like assignment, double equality is like performing equality check whether it's values are equal or not. You don't think that it's a double assignment. There is no concept called double assignment with a double equal to.